We got an exclusive from Reuters. Tesla retreats from next-generation gigacasting manufacturing process. Reuters is out there trying to scare Tesla stock investors again. Reuters has two sources. Supposedly, it's another sign that the electric vehicle maker is retrenching amid falling sales and rising competition. Last year, as Tesla developed a new small vehicle platform, it aimed to punch out the underbody in a single piece, which Reuters reported on last September. But Tesla has since halted the effort, opting to stick with its more proven method of casting vehicle underbodies in three pieces: two gigacasted front and rear sections, and a midsection made of aluminum and steel frames to store batteries, which is largely what Tesla does with the Model Y, for example. Now, Tesla's retreat from one-piece gigacasting has not been previously reported, says Reuters. They must have not paid attention to the earnings call. But if you liked what happened to Tesla after the earnings call, the stock going up 10%, click the like button. Reuters is seriously out there trying to scare investors. The decision to hold off on the potential manufacturing breakthrough marks another example of Tesla slashing short-term spending as it adjusts to falling sales and profit margins, softening EV demand globally, and intensifying competition from rival EV makers such as China's BYD. Reuters conveniently does not mention that Tesla in the Q1 earnings report beat the expectations that analysts had for automotive gross margins, and that Elon said that he thinks this year Tesla will have higher sales compared to the previous year, which is above what analysts are expecting right now. And on the earnings call, Tesla made it very clear that they are not going to build vehicles on the next generation platform right now. They are going to do it on a platform that's sort of an in-between the two platforms. Reuters, though, does report that the step back on gigacasting occurred last autumn, the people said, before Tesla decided in late February to hold development of an all-new affordable vehicle, which would have been the first vehicle built with one-piece gigacasting. Tesla has not entirely abandoned the small vehicle platform it had planned for the Model 2. Instead, it will move forward in developing a self-driving robotaxi on the same platform. My first initial reaction when I saw the headline from Reuters was, are you saying that Tesla is not going to use gigacastings at all? But no, that's completely not the case. Tesla is just simply not going to use the one-piece casting. Tesla is still going to use gigacastings, and Tesla is still improving those said gigacastings. And eventually, I think Tesla will go to one-piece castings, but it will take some time. After the reports came out that Tesla laid out the entire Supercharger team, Elon Musk addressed Tesla stock investors. Tesla still plans to grow the Supercharger network, just at a slower pace for new locations and more focus on 100% uptime and expansion of existing locations. So clearly, Tesla is not going to stop building new Superchargers. He's right-sizing the investment in Superchargers to reflect the reality that EV penetration rate is slowing down. That's the part he isn't telling us things, James. Elon also replied to this comment. According to Tesla, you cannot drive any of their vehicles to Glacier National Park. There's actually a Supercharger under construction which will make it possible. Someone though says, from what I've heard, active construction crews have no point of contact at Tesla any longer. Will it open? Maybe. But Elon assures everyone is definitely going to open. Sites under construction will be completed, and we will add additional Superchargers anywhere where there are gaps. Troy thinks Elon's decision to fire the entire Supercharger team because they weren't reducing the workforce quickly enough seems impulsive and rushed. These employees had significant experience in planning, building, and maintaining the Supercharger network. By letting them go, Tesla risks losing valuable know-how that could take years to rebuild. But there's an article on Bloomberg which says the move will slow the network's growth. According to a person familiar with the division, there are already discussions about rehiring some of those impacted in order to operate the existing network and grow it at a much slower rate. While I can see Troy's point, Elon has successfully managed Tesla through big bumps before, and Walter Isaacson writes about his demon mode. Elon here is trying to make a big point. While some on executive staff are taking this seriously, most are not yet doing so, he wrote in an email to Tesla employees. So he wanted to do something radical, and I think it will work, but of course there are going to be some short-term consequences. But this is not the first time Elon Musk doing something radical like this. If you look at his history and you read Elon's biography by Walter Isaacson, you will see that Elon has done things like this many times. And of course, every time it happens, people around Elon just complain and say he's gonna be so wrong. This is bad. What are you doing? Did you lose your mind? No. this is Elon's management style. It is abrupt, yes, and it definitely offends many people, and we can see that happening right now. But this is the management style that made Tesla go up 14,000% since its IPO and 960% in the last 5 years alone. And eventually, we will see another massive Tesla stock rally, and it will be because of Elon's management style. Am I saying that this is the only way to do things? No, absolutely not. But is this the way that Elon Musk does things? Yes. So anyone who pretends that this is something that Elon Musk wouldn't do in a situation where the stakes are high, I think has not read Elon Musk's biography by Walter Isaacson, or they just don't like Elon Musk. The message Elon Musk is trying to send is we need to be absolutely hardcore about the headcount and cost reduction. If you don't follow that, even if you are in charge of the Supercharger network, you gotta go. No one's safe. Some people at Tesla got complacent over time, and Elon Musk is absolutely not okay with that. And we are now finding out exactly why Elon Musk fired the entire Supercharger team. Electric sources say that Elon Musk was not as frequently present at Tesla as he used to be over the last year and since his acquisition of Twitter, but that has changed over the last few weeks. Musk is now all over Tesla, or at least his presence is being felt everywhere at Tesla. Electric sources say that some of the layoffs have nothing to do with hiring inefficiencies or restructuring, but rather with Musk throwing his weight around Tesla. Two sources told Electric that Tanucci, the person who was in charge of Tesla's supercharging team, was fighting back pressure from Musk to fire a bigger percentage of her team, and the CEO decided to let go of the entire team as an example. So yeah, the message is clear. Fire as many people as I'm asking, or you and your entire team will be gone. And Electric has a rather dark take on this. I don't know if I completely agree with the theory that Musk is securing his leadership position at Tesla, but it is a viable theory. As I previously presented, the vote on his compensation package is turning into a vote of confidence in the CEO. These layoffs are useful for him on that front. A lot of the leadership is gone, with every leader leaving. There are still many leaders within Tesla. What are you talking about? Franz and Lars haven't left, but Electric writes, with every leader leaving, Musk becomes more needed at Tesla. Okay, I don't think he meant that all of the leadership has left. He just meant that those that left make Elon Musk more needed at Tesla. Also, it doesn't hurt that all these leaders are unloading their stocks, which won't be voted against him. That's a rather sinister take. And Electric writes, firing the entire team because the head was pushing back on the number of layoffs is ridiculous, especially if the plan is still to grow the network. Everyone I talked to at Tesla says that it is a complete mess. Contractors for most ongoing Supercharger projects lost their point of contact at Tesla. Again, many suspect Tesla will try to rehire some of the workers fired. Tesla has hiring inefficiencies leading to layoffs, and layoffs and inefficiencies leading to new hires. It's not a good look, writes Electric. Some of this reminds me of Tesla in 2019. Now, in 2019, things were bad, but also the stock was about to rally and rally hard, and it did so. So if this is like 2019, I'm all up for it. Electric writes, things were looking pretty good in 2019, but Tesla launched a huge cost-cutting effort. We later learned that Tesla was on the verge of bankruptcy because it didn't anticipate how costly it would be to launch the Model 3 in high volume in Europe. The long transit time put a lot of financial pressure on Tesla, and the cost-cutting effort was intended to compensate for that. Musk didn't communicate to shareholders until later. But Elon Musk said that Tesla will continue expanding the Supercharger network. So clearly, either Elon already has a plan to rehire some of the people, or there is another team that does take care of the Superchargers. He knows what he's doing. I agree that there will be some inefficiencies here, but I think these inefficiencies are worth having because it lets us overcome even bigger inefficiencies with some of the executive staff feeling a bit too comfortable